Could it be true? Are the Golden State Warriors a team that just mortgaged a significant piece of their future to acquire Jimmy Butler, already considering trading him away? The very notion feels like a whiplash-inducing plot twist in an already tumultuous offseason. Is this a desperate attempt to hit the reset button, or a calculated, almost audacious move to inject youth into an aging core? The rumors are swirling, and if there's any truth to them, it signals a level of internal turmoil and strategic revaluation that could redefine the Warriors' immediate future. The 2025 NBA playoffs ended far too abruptly for the Golden State Warriors, a familiar sting of disappointment after a second-round exit at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves. It wasn't for lack of trying, especially after the seismic shift at the 2025 trade deadline. That's when the Warriors made a colossal move, sending Andrew Wiggins and other assets to the Miami Heat to bring in the tenacious six-time All-Star, Jimmy Butler. For half a season, Butler was, by many accounts, a phenomenal acquisition. The team's record with him on the floor, a sparkling 23-7, painted a picture of renewed championship contention. He brought a much-needed edge, a defensive intensity, and a clutch scoring ability that seemed to perfectly complement Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Yet, the dream dissolved. After a postseason injury sidelined Curry, the Warriors faltered, collapsing against Minnesota, leaving fans to wonder if even Butler could truly turn back the clock for this veteran squad. Now the whispers suggest the franchise might be forced to make a decision on Butler far sooner than anyone anticipated, a surprising pivot that could send shockwaves across the league. The latest hypothetical trade simulation, courtesy of Sports Illustrated, throws a truly astonishing scenario into the mix. It proposes sending Jimmy Butler, the very player they just acquired, to their recent playoff rivals, the Boston Celtics. In return, the Warriors would receive two dynamic players, both currently in the prime of their careers, and both carrying significant contracts that underscore their value: Anfernee Simons and Derrick White. This isn't just a minor tweak. It's a wholesale realignment. Simons, a dazzling guard, and White, a versatile two-way talent, represent a significant influx of youth and scoring punch, a stark contrast to the seasoned, yet undeniably aging presence of Butler. Ryan Shih, in his analysis of this potential blockbuster, articulated the reasoning from the Warriors' perspective with striking clarity. In this deal, the Warriors decide to rejuvenate and sell Butler at a high price, she wrote. The logic is simple, yet stark. Butler will be 36 during the upcoming season. Stephen Curry will be 37, and Draymond Green is currently 35. This core, while legendary, is undeniably on the back nine of their careers. Bringing in Anfernee Simons, at just 26 years old, immediately positions him as a potential point guard of the future. A successor in waiting for Steph Curry, Derrick White, at 31, offers a blend of immediate competitiveness and long-term stability, a player who can contribute significantly now while still having several productive years ahead. This trade, if it were to materialize, would be a definitive statement. The Warriors are looking beyond the immediate, beyond just another run with the current iteration, and are actively planning for a future that extends past the current dynasty. From Boston's perspective, the move for Butler also carries significant weight. The Celtics, always in pursuit of another championship, would be looking for a complementary star to alleviate some of the offensive and defensive burden on Jason Tatum. By acquiring Jimmy Butler, they do exactly that, she added. With his veteran savvy and championship pedigree, would seamlessly integrate into the Celtics culture, providing a much-needed secondary playmaker and a relentless competitor. He's a proven winner, a player who elevates those around him in the biggest moments. However, even for a team like Boston, giving up two valuable players like Simons and White for a soon-to-be 36-year-old Butler, no matter how impactful, be a steep price, especially for a Celtics team that might be looking to maintain a younger core themselves. The sheer audacity of the trade and the financial implications make it a complex proposition for both sides. Despite the intriguing possibilities, the likelihood of such a deal actually materializing is admittedly low. All indications suggest that the Golden State front office feels a strong commitment to keeping Jimmy Butler, especially after the considerable effort and assets they expended to bring him in. The pressure to win now, with Steph Curry still performing at an elite level, means that adding a player of Butler's caliber was seen as a final all-in push. To pivot away from him so quickly would not only be a financial headache, but a public relations nightmare, signaling a lack of conviction in their own recent decisions. The team's immediate goal remains to contend for another championship in the twilight years of the Curry era. and Butler was acquired precisely for that purpose. Yet, even as the Butler trade rumors swirl, they highlight a deeper, more pressing issue that has paralyzed the Warriors' offseason: the ongoing stalemate with Jonathan Kuminga. It's a situation that has effectively frozen the franchise. The Golden State Warriors are currently the only team in the entire NBA that has yet to resign or add a single player this summer. This isn't just an oversight, it's a direct consequence of the Kuminga dilemma. Till his future is resolved, whether through a new contract or a trade, the Warriors' hands are tied, unable to make any significant moves to bolster their roster. The Kuminga situation is finally resolved. The Warriors reportedly have a list of targets they hope to pursue, including veteran big man Al Horford, versatile guard De'Anthony Melton, and a familiar face in Gary Payton too. These are all solid, complementary pieces that could address immediate needs. But the uncertainty surrounding Kuminga continues to cast a long shadow over their entire offseason strategy. More recently, another intriguing name has surfaced in the rumor mill: former #1 overall pick Ben Simmons. While a move for Simmons would undoubtedly generate headlines, his skill set, heavily reliant on defense and playmaking rather than scoring, bears a striking resemblance to Draymond Green's. As Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report noted, Simmons is similar to Draymond Green in many respects. Neither earned their contracts through individual scoring, but rather through defense and playmaking. While Simmons might not fit alongside Green in a starting lineup, he could serve as a valuable backup, allowing the team to maintain its defensive and playmaking identity even when Green is off the floor. However, he remains a free agent, and his fit would depend on the broader roster construction once the Kuminga situation is settled. The Golden State Warriors are at a crossroads. The hypothetical Butler trade, however unlikely, underscores the desperate need for rejuvenation and a clear path forward. But the true bottleneck, the real reason for their unprecedented offseason inactivity, lies squarely with Jonathan Kuminga. Until that situation is resolved, the Warriors remain in a holding pattern, unable to fully capitalize on the remaining years of their legendary core or truly begin building for the future. This offseason has been less about bold moves and more about agonizing waiting. What do you make of these swirling rumors, Warriors fans? Do you believe there's any chance the Warriors would actually trade Jimmy Butler, or is this just a wild hypothetical? And more importantly, how do you feel about the Kuminga impasse holding up the entire offseason? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this breakdown insightful, please give the video a like and subscribe for more Warriors news and analysis.